Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into our video. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make your own huge beaded strands out of ball pit balls. So as usual, I am very skilled in beading but not skilled in video making. So this will be our one-shot attempt at documenting this. Edit free is what I mean. So you get my mistakes and all as they happen. All right, so we sell a kit, which we can barely keep in stock right now. And that kit includes 2 of these needles, which you do need for this project. And it also includes a spool of the wire that we recommend because a lot of people use these beads outside. And our kit also includes 4 of the rings that we recommend. This is a split ring. One of the reasons that's important is because when we tie onto here, we don't want a ring that has an opening because that little bitty opening can actually cause the wire to pull through. So it's important that it's the double loop split ring. I will include a link to our kit right below in the comments so you can easily buy it. We offer shipping for it and also porch pickup if you're local here in New Orleans. Just a little background. The reason for this video is because right now we are not allowed to have Mardi Gras. We need to remain safe in New Orleans, and so we're having a lot of COVID restrictions still here, which we firmly believe in at the bead shop. So because of that, there has been a really neat movement called the house floats. So people are decorating outside and wanting to create large beaded necklaces or large beads for their house. So I've got these foam ball pit balls. We do not sell these. There are plenty of people that do. I recommend anywhere but Amazon. I do have a great source that I love, and I'm also going to probably add as a comment a really nice guy that sells these, so I'm going to link to that, and I highly recommend him. One of the reasons that I say not Amazon is because these are not all created equal. A lot of these are very poor quality, and if you bang them together, they just kind of crush in the middle and collapse, and that's not what you want. You want them to be able to take the pressure of being next to each other so that when we string them, they can keep their shape, okay? So be very careful when you're buying and look into which ones you're getting so that you don't get the really cheap thin ones that just kind of crush. They should be able to take some pressure. See how I'm able to push this and it doesn't move? Some of them, if I push it a little bit, the whole thing just crumples. All right, moving on. The first thing you're going to do is decide how long of a garland you want to make, or a necklace, whatever it is you're doing with these guys, all right? It doesn't matter. You know how long you want this. And if you've gotten our kit or you're using the right stuff here, you have 30 feet to work with on this spool. I don't recommend, personally, I don't recommend that you do any more than 10 to 12 feet at a time, just so that your weight distribution is good, okay? So measure out wherever you're gonna hang these guys, and then I want you to add 2 feet to that measurement. So, for instance, if you're going to do a 10-foot garland, I want you to cut 12 feet off of this spool, all right? So you pull it all, and then you cut it with your scissors. I'm going to do a mini version today. This is called Tiger Tail in the industry. The brand name is Aculon. We love it. We use it for craft projects. It's not our preferred wire for high quality beading projects, but it's great for crafting like this. It is much better to use than fishing line. It is made to endure outside weather. So, all right, first thing you're gonna do now is grab your needle, thread the eye, and I want you to just bend it over. I would say go to about that foot that we talked about, okay? And just put a little crease in there. There you go. Okay. Pull your wire all the way down to the other end, and I want you to grab your ring and thread it on. You do this before you begin. Cross over and begin tying a series of knots. Pull tight. This is what it should look like. Do it again. Again. And what we're doing is just trying to stack a series of knots, and you'll see it getting a little bit chunky there, and that's what you want. Already I can pull on this really hard and it's not moving. I like overkill sometimes, so I'm going to do a series of 5. 5 knots stacked on each other. All right, so you have your nice long piece, however long this needs to be, plus the 2 feet, which is what you cut. And then you take the needle in, which you already have prepared. I personally like to pay attention to where the seams are in the ball pit balls, so I like to string into a seam. And you're going to puncture. Keep going nice and gently. Hold your fingers on either side here because you do not want to poke yourself. And there it comes. Pull it all the way down. It'll go over your 2 wires here and thread all the way down. There you go. You've got your first bead on, and this is how it looks. Oh, I just rolled one off the table. This is how it looks on the end, okay? If you want a little inside trick, one of the things we do in jewelry making is we feed the wire back through. So if you want extra security, don't cut that wire. Just feed it through your bead. Okay, I lost my needle, so I'm going to show you what you should do if that happens to you. No big deal. The crease is already here. I just thread the needle back, and it's ready for my next bead. Puncture the seam. Oh, I just realized something. Actually, here's something to pay attention to. I said to puncture the seam, but this brand actually has a label on it, and I don't love that. Like, I don't really want that to show on the side of my bead. So if for some reason, and I'm just noticing this, but if for some reason your beads or your ball pit balls have this, let's change our plan and actually puncture in the middle of this logo here. By the way, this one says click and play. And so by puncturing it there, we're going to hide it. So if you're watching this, go ahead and check and see if yours has something written on it. And if it does, perhaps you should thread your needle in the middle of that wording. Mine are not Mardi Gras colors. I'm just doing it for fun. So here comes a pink. It's actually strangely fun to do this. We have loved seeing everyone do these huge beads. As the bead shop, who has been around for 28 years and counting, we have always loved beads and have always hung huge strands of them outside of our shop. It's been sort of our signature. So we love seeing this all over the city right now. Okay, I've got 4 on. I think I'm going to call it quits on my strand for now, just to be able to show you guys how to finish it off. So assuming you've strung your whole piece as long as you want it, preferably not more than 10 to 12 feet. All right, I took the needle off. I'm going to slide my split ring on and get it down. Now, this is something I want you to take into consideration. You don't want this to be too tight, okay? But you also don't want it to be too loose, otherwise your beads are gonna have the wire showing. So my recommendation is to have them laid flat on the table, all spread out, or the floor, wherever you're working, and kind of pull them a bit to get any extra space out of there, okay? Because when you tie it, a little space is gonna get added back. That's why. All right, here's the knot to close it off. It's the same exact knot, and we're gonna stack it 5 times. You can get a good angle there. Okay. Over and through. And pull nice and tight. Let's do it again. Over and through. And pull. You want to pull upwards towards your ring, okay? You don't want those gaps, so I need to pull that a little tighter. Do it again. Remember, we're going for 5 knots. If you don't want to pull on your beads, you can kind of try to get your finger in on the wire there and pull. So we're creating this nice stack here of knots. And again, already it's nice and strong. I'm pulling on this and it's not going anywhere, but just for extra strength, I'm going to go for the full 5 times. All right, and you've tied it off. We've got 2 ends here. As many beads in between as you need for your project. And then you can take scissors or a nail clipper and trim this right here. And then I really love the idea of just kind of burying it in that bead if you can. If not, just cut it, you know, with a little bit of tail, okay? Just about there. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for letting us be a part of decorating your home, your business, or whatever it is that you're including large beads in. Happy beading!